Deepa Mehta is here, director of the brand new film Midnight's Children. And what time did you get in last night?
Not at midnight. I got in at 1 this morning.
1 this morning, and she woke up to do breakfast television. It's great to have you here on the show, and I was just saying to you yesterday at the press screening, I've never seen that much press in one screening. This movie's going to open up the Vancouver International Film Fest tomorrow night. A lot of themes here. We're talking about independence, there's the idea of fantasy, the idea of love, and a literary classic involved. Break down the story for Midnight's Children for us.
You're kidding, right? Are you serious? You want me to break down the story?
You can try. I mean, there's so much happening.
No, it's easy. It's about love, and it's about identity, and it's about a young man who finds his way, as does the country. He finds his voice. It's about family.
Yeah. And you're following, the children born surrounding independence. I mean, this is a political time, and anytime you film a movie, I was reading about some of the challenges you faced making this movie. It was, what, a 60-day span you made this flick?
About 70 days, yes.
70 days. So when you're making this, a grueling schedule, anytime you're trying to piece together all of these elements, what were some of the hiccups you had along the way?
Well, a 70-day shoot is a huge time to spend doing a film, and we were working about 18 hours a day, and we'd have 1 day off, so that was tough. And there are a lot of animals in the film, animals as a metaphor, for example. So we had cobras that escaped. That wasn't much fun, and we had one that escaped. And, he was going nuts trying to look for it all over the sets, and we had water buffaloes, and we had geckos, and we had a goat that did tightrope walking as a part of the magical fantasy. And when we were shooting, the goat was walking the tightrope and promptly fell on the still photographer's head. So that wasn't much fun. Nobody was injured.
Okay,
the goat was fine.
Yeah.
But I think the still photographer is quite embarrassed about it till this day. And also we got shut down for a couple of days. There was a bit of a scare from Iran that who sort of hauled in the Sri Lankan, I think the diplomat, and said that you shouldn't be shooting a Salman Rushdie book in Sri Lanka. So they shut us down for 2 days, but the president of Sri Lanka came in and saved the day, and things like that kept on happening. But I must say that the whole set and the crew and the cast were. We were very passionate about the project, and nothing seemed to stop us, and here we are.
Can you talk about the collaboration? Because to have a classic book that Salman Rushdie wrote, and he's heavily involved in the story, providing the narrative, and he took, what, 2 years to actually write the screenplay that you helped develop on screen. Is that more pressure for you as a director, or does that help you in the process to bring the book to life?
When I told Salman that I really wanted to direct and Midnight's Children, in fact, I insisted that he write the screenplay. He didn't want to at all. He really did not want to write it. And he said, he's done it. He's written the book, and he doesn't want to revisit it. But I felt it was imperative that when you take a book of that size and that magnitude, it was important that he was heavily involved. I said, we'll do it together, but you have to do it, because the healthy disrespect that he can have towards the book, what to eliminate, what to keep, nobody else can. I mean, it's an iconic book. It's Midnight's Children. It's the booker of the bookers. It's sold millions of copies, and people love it. I just didn't want the baggage of having to say, Deepa Mehta is the one who threw out 8 chapters of the book. But yeah, we could take them together, but I needed him to be involved, and he got that.
Yeah.
And so we did work really well and closely together. It was tough, it took 2 years, but it worked out well. I mean, we're still friends, which says something.
That's a good sign.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Now, the movie's opening up the Vancouver International Film Fest tomorrow night, which is great to kick it off, and all types of cinema going to be previewed for the people in Vancouver. But as a filmmaker, as we close this out, how do you know when a film's done? When do you actually watch the final product? Do you do it alone, or who's with you to actually see, okay, we did a good job here?
I think that for me, I looked at just before we opened the Toronto Film, we didn't open it, but when we opened Telluride and it was the night before, we screened it, and just to see if everything was all right. And I sat in the back seat and ate popcorn like a regular viewer.
Yeah.
And I actually could consume the popcorn instead of having sort of a knot in my stomach that I'm seeing my own work unfold and what is it going to be like. So I felt relaxed, and that's the very minute that whatever it is, perfect or not perfect or good or bad, you've done your best, and now it's ready to be seen in the world. And it is going to open in movie halls on November 2nd. Yes, that's an important thing.
Very big deal. Well, listen, Deepa, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you very much.
She's got a full day of press.
I can't believe you asked me to do a précis of the film. That is amazing.
It's there's a lot going on with this film.
I know.
You can check it out tomorrow again, Michelle, Vancouver International Film Fest. It kicks off. People can get down and check it out.